Greetings, continuing today, part 3 of the Chief Shepherd from 1 Peter 5, verses 1 through 4. We left off making reference to the fact that God told Ezekiel that his people he had put in positions of leadership had failed and they would be judged by him. He also spoke that same message through the prophet Zechariah. We'll read from chapter 11, beginning at verse 15. Where God said to Zechariah, "Take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, or behold, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still, but he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws, or with their claws, in pieces. Woe to the idol shepherd, I-D-O-L, that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened." Again in chapter 23, beginning at verse 1, he says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastors, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness." 1 Peter 5:2 literally says, "You all feed or shepherd the among you all flock of the God, overseeing, leading, supervising them, not merely for obligation, but for willful desire to please, and not merely for material advantage, but for eager readiness of mind." This is the only New Testament use of this word constraint, Strong's 8:17, as an adverb. However, it has related forms such as the verb number 315, the adjective 316, and the noun 318. In 1 Corinthians 9:16, he says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity," that's number 318, "is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel." 2 Corinthians 9:7, "Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity," again number 318, "for God loveth a cheerful giver." Now this word willingly, number 1596, is only used here and in Hebrews 10:26, where it's translated willfully. So willingly, willfully in the New Testament. And it appears as an antonym to the word for necessity concerning one's involvement in ministry. So a similar contrast of thought using variant forms of the same two words is found in the book of Philemon, verse 14, where Paul says, "But without thy mind would I do nothing, that thy benefit should be as it were not of necessity, but willingly." So here it appears as the opposite of being willing, that it is a necessity. So it talks about the contrast between the work of the slave, who has a legal obligation, and the bond slave, who only has a voluntary obligation in the Old Testament. And I believe if you study that, it should explain the difference between what is being expressed here when he says, I need to do it willingly and not by a necessary constraint.